Welcome back to the deep dive. We are here to take your stack of sources, distill the essential insights, and, well, give you the knowledge you need without all the information overload. Today, we are diving headfirst into what I think is one of the most remarkable tech revelations of the decade, predictive pet health.
Yeah.
We're moving so far beyond the era of just, simple step counting or GPS tracking.
That's ancient history.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack the technology that's making genuine longevity. I'm talking pets living consistently into their late teens, maybe even their early 20s, a realistic goal, not just a fantasy.
And that ambition, that's what's driving the entire industry now. For decades, pet care was just fundamentally reactive.
You wait for a problem.
Exactly. As owners, we were waiting for symptoms. A limp you can see, a cough you can hear, not eating. Then you rush to the vet.
Right.
This new philosophy, what we're calling intelligent care, it's all about anticipation. It's using AI, it's using advanced biometrics to spot issues days, weeks, or even months before they turn into a full-blown clinical crisis.
And the sources we've gathered detailing the shift, honestly, they sound like absolute science fiction. We're going to cover everything from AI digital twins that map your pet's entire health baseline.
All the way to facial recognition that can read pain in a cat's face.
It's incredible. And we also have to look at the massive emotional trade-off that comes with this level of surveillance, this idea of the wearable vet. Does this constant stream of data actually give you peace of mind?
Or does it just create a whole new kind of notification anxiety for the pet parent? I think that tension is really central to our deep dive today.
Okay, let's start with the heart of this whole revolution, the data model itself. The shift starts with moving away from that basic step tracking, which is, like you said, officially outdated. The key trend is predictive health monitoring. So what even defines that?
The defining characteristic is subtlety. These systems are specifically engineered to detect these tiny physiological changes, sort of the whispers of illness, before they manifest as obvious clinical symptoms.
And that early warning, that's the key.
That is the mechanism for life extension. And the best example we saw is a company called Satellai. Their system is PetSense AI, and it creates a comprehensive digital health profile.
So, like a digital twin of your dog, built on a continuous stream of biometrics.
Precisely. It's what they call a multimodal data model. Converts all this raw biometric data, everything from subtle shifts in activity, detailed sleep quality, even basal body temperature, into a highly personalized profile. It's for dogs right now, but cat support is expected soon.
And the system's focus is just constantly on early disease detection.
Relentlessly. But what's really fascinating about Satellai is how they made this hyper-complex data accessible. It's not just throwing a bunch of charts at you.
Right, because that's useless for most people.
That's where the tech gets genuinely usable. They integrated a Rabbit-powered engine, which is retrieval augmented generation.
Okay, break that down. What does that mean?
It's a really sophisticated AI that doesn't just, guess at an answer. It actually retrieves highly specific, context-relevant data from a massive veterinary knowledge base. So this lets owners ask natural conversational prompts.
Like what?
Like, is my pet's activity level normal for a 7-year-old Labrador living in this climate? It puts tailored comparative context right at your fingertips. It makes the data actionable, right away.
And when we drill down into the most critical, vital signs being tracked, it's all about the metrics you can't see with your own eyes, right?
Exactly. Devices like the Invoxia Minitails biotracker are prioritizing heart and respiratory data above everything else.
And what are they looking at specifically?
We're relentlessly monitoring resting heart rate variability, or HRV, and the resting respiratory rate, RRR. And this respiratory data is just absolutely critical for life extension.
Why that one in particular?
The veterinary insight we found in one source noted that, and I'm quoting here, a higher than normal resting respiratory rate is one of the most pertinent indicators of impending heart failure. So if you catch that chronic, gradual rise in their breathing rate,
you can get them help months before they would have gone into crisis.
Months. But Invoxia goes even further than a simple BPM or RRR number. They talk about generating a unique heart signature.
A unique heart signature. Okay. Why is a geometric shape of a heartbeat a better predictor than just counting the beats?
It's all about nuance and baseline. Simple rates just tell you what's happening right now. The unique heart signature is this proprietary geometrical representation of the dog's cardiac waveform over time.
So it's a pattern, not a number.
It's a pattern. It captures these tiny hidden insights into their whole cardiopulmonary system, the subtlest markers of age-related changes, stress, things that are just invisible in simple count data. It establishes a true, highly specific health baseline for that one animal.
So the AI can spot a deviation of, what, even 1%?
Exactly. A tiny deviation that would be completely missed in generalized monitoring.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but it also, it raises a practical challenge for me. If you're relying on a super proprietary data point like a unique heart signature, doesn't that create a kind of lock-in?
That's a great point.
I mean, if I take my dog to a new vet who isn't plugged into the Invoxia ecosystem, can they even interpret that data?
That is a vital piece of skepticism, and it's a hurdle the industry has to clear. Now, the raw data, like HRV and RRR, that's universal, but the signature itself, yeah, it does require the company's interpretation layer.
So what's the goal then?
The goal for these platforms is to give the owner the actionable alert. The owner then takes that alert to the vet. You essentially become this highly informed field agent, forcing the vet to engage with this new anticipatory data from the digital twin.
Okay, moving from the internal metrics from a collar to external symptoms from a camera.
This ability to quantify pain is revolutionary. And this holistic vision analysis, it isn't limited to just dedicated feeders.
Right, because Samsung's getting into this too.
Yes, Samsung's SmartThings Pet Care is embedding this kind of vision AI directly into the whole smart home ecosystem. They let users capture what they call guided photos of their pets.
And the AI analyzes those photos.
It does. It analyzes them to spot common but often overlooked concerns like early dental issues or the start of cataracts.
So your smart home just nudges you saying, hey, did you notice that slight cloudiness in their right eye? Here, check this photo.
That's the power of the platform. And it goes beyond static images. The system also analyzes these subtle, ongoing changes in lifestyle patterns. It looks at shifts in activity, sure, but it also tracks changes in walking patterns and gait symmetry.
Gait symmetry, so how balanced their walk is.
Exactly. If your dog starts shifting their weight or moving just a little bit differently because of minor joint pain, the AI can flag that long before they ever develop an obvious limp.
This level of constant surveillance, though, no matter how helpful, it must have an emotional cost. We've called this the emotional trade-off, the wearable vet. Does all this 24/7 monitoring create real peace of mind, or does it just create that notification anxiety we talked about?
It's the central psychological question of this entire revolution, isn't it?
Mhm.
On one hand, the case for the tech is incredibly compelling, both economically and emotionally.
Economically, how so?
Well, these devices could save owners thousands. We saw the average emergency vet visit in the U.S. is around $1,000. If you prevent just one major crisis, the tech has paid for itself for years.
And then there's the reduction of what we call pet parent guilt. That horrible feeling when you realize, looking back, that your pet had been showing subtle signs for weeks that you just missed.
Exactly. This tech shifts that burden of detection from your own, fallible observation skills to an impartial, tireless AI. It offers that peace of mind. But the concern, like you said, is the reliability of the alerts.
The false positive.
The risk of false positives. We saw a lot of skepticism, especially from seasoned veterinarians about this.
The worried owner rushes their dog to the emergency clinic at 2 a.m. because the hard signature looked a little weird.
Only to be told the dog is perfectly fine, and now they're out $300 for an unnecessary visit. That cycle sounds absolutely exhausting.
It is, and that is the definition of notification anxiety. It undermines your trust in the tool. It makes you less likely to respond when there's a real crisis down the road.
And vets are stressing this point. AI empowers owners to act sooner, yes. But it cannot and it must not replace a professional hands-on exam.
It seems like the industry is aware of that pain point, though. We saw that systems, especially AI tails, are planning to offer customizable sensitivity settings, so the owner can basically tune the alert threshold.
And that customization is absolutely key for usability. A highly anxious pet parent might want the lowest sensitivity setting alert me at the slightest variation.
Whereas a more pragmatic owner might only want alerts for moderate or high-risk deviations.
Right. And finding that balance integrating tech that's proactive without being intrusive or, alarmist, that's what's going to determine the long-term success of this whole wearable vet model.
So beyond the diagnostic wearables, this whole longevity revolution is being supported by other advances in wellness that, honestly, they mirror the highest tech human health trends.
Oh, completely.
Let's talk about diet. It's no longer just about avoiding generic allergens. It's about tuning the food to their unique chemistry.
We're seeing a massive surge in what's called hyper-personalized biometric diets. The shift is away from generalized nutrition and toward targeted health optimization. And it's driven primarily by microbiome testing.
So you're mapping the specific bacteria, the gut chemistry in your pet's digestive tract.
You are. And that analysis lets food companies create customized food and supplements to target specific systemic issues.
Can you give an example?
Sure. So if the PetSense AI digital twin detects behavioral patterns suggesting anxiety, the microbiome analysis might confirm a deficiency in gut bacteria that's linked to, say, serotonin production.
And the diet can then be formulated to fix that specific imbalance.
Precisely. It's about fighting inflammation, supporting organ function, bolstering the immune system based on the pet's true, unique physiological needs.
And it looks like human functional medicine supplements are crossing over really fast, too. Functional fungi, adaptogens. They're becoming mainstream for pets.
Absolutely. These compounds help manage systemic issues like chronic inflammation and stress, which, are the silent killers of longevity. We're seeing lion's mane used for cognitive support in aging dogs.
Which is essential if we want them living to 20.
And turkey tail for immune health.
Yeah.
And adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha are being integrated specifically to manage anxiety and cortisol levels, which ties right back to what the AI is monitoring.
So we've got the AI monitoring the internal state. We have personalized diets supporting that state. But there's still the huge modern pet problem. Boredom and loneliness when we're away.
Right, which is why we need to talk about the rise of AI companionship.
Yeah.
At CES this year, a company called Frontier X unveiled two robots,
Yeah.
Vex and Aura.
Okay, what do they do?
Vex is a small, ball-shaped bot. It provides autonomous play and engagement. It solves the problem of pet boredom, cabin fever. It even edits the video footage of the play session for you to watch later.
That sounds like a very sophisticated babysitter, but where does the wellness monitoring come in?
That's the dual function. Aura is the larger companion bot. It's designed not just for dispensing treats or screen time, but for remote wellness monitoring during those critical hours when the pet is alone.
So the toys become guardians.
They turn passive toys into proactive guardians. It ensures that continuous AI-driven stimulation and monitoring that's necessary to maintain a stable health baseline. It completes the whole loop: internal metrics, external symptom analysis, personalized inputs, and continuous engagement. If we synthesize the core takeaway from all these sources, it's that the pet care industry it's fundamentally shifted to this highly scientific anticipatory model. We're moving from the guesswork of generalized care to the certainty of precise data.
Right.
This predictive power, from the PetSense AI digital twin tracking sleep to the unique heart signature revealing those cardiac whispers, it unveils your pet's health baseline long before any visible signs of distress emerge.
The era of robust, accessible early warning systems has definitively arrived. We are no longer waiting for illness to announce itself. We're anticipating it, we're mitigating it, and in a lot of cases, we're preventing it.
Yeah.
And this is what makes the prospect of our beloved animals living to be 20 a realistic, achievable goal, not just some comforting fantasy. But consider this for a moment. If we're relying on AI to monitor everything, from our pet's resting heart rate to the minute tension in their whiskers, the exact balance of their gut microbiome, and we're intervening before symptoms even appear, how will our very definition of a healthy pet change?
That's a deep question.
What happens when data-driven empathy replaces our intuition? And what's the limit of that empathy when the entire system is designed to remove suffering before it's even truly felt? Think about that tension until our next deep dive.